There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The brothers giving us the promise from them. The welcome and life without again.
I live for health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv menu. C'est ma chérie, tina ke ase ma yamu. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa muni, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagi ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagi ya tosi wako ma ya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Kevon, Montserrat, San to Backbulu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
In the wet Tuesday evening, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world. Folks, good evening, good morning, better still, good afternoon to all of you, our dear channel listeners. Those of you always burning the batteries and all your data, making sure that you follow all of our activities. Indeed, let me say the wonderful Tuesday evening to you from our end here in Liberia. It's 3 minutes past 6. That's the time check. And from our fact, today is the 14th of July, the 7th month. That means we into the second half of the 6th month that we have to go into the year 2026. Good evening again to all of you. Yesterday we were on the farm. As usual, we come here to talk about things that are making headlines, things that are affecting our people, the newsmaker, the politicians, the policy makers, and so forth, you know, the society at large. So whenever we come here to communicate with a lot of people in positions, non-positions, oppositions, you know, and just like that. So again, we're back on the farm. People, good evening, good afternoon, help us share the show. Those of you who are watching, please help us share the show. The show will be interesting this evening. To our mothers, our fathers, our uncles, our brothers, our sisters who are on the farm and listening to us via the radio, you're always listening to us, calling us, some of us sometime after the show. Some of you call us to give us little appreciation. You know, we're here. And I can tell people, no matter how they want to, you know, make it look like, in fact, we don't have right to talk. Maybe they want to silence us in the simplest form. Sometimes they promise a job. Sometimes they come with so many things. At the end of the day, we say no. The people matter. Because we don't want to be like other people. There are a lot of people out there today who, in fact, yesterday, started as advocates. They used to talk for the people, do things. Sometimes people trust them, go to them with their problems, you know, with their cases. things affecting them. But today, most of them, they already betray the struggle of the people. So sometimes nobody have to tell you. That's why they always say, don't tell Joe. Joe will tell himself. Because if you see some of the politicians today, some of the advocates, you know, yeah, they can show face. They can only be on the internet. Oh, they be doing all kinds of things. Or they can show face. So people help us share the show. We have so many things to talk about. Our president doing well, even though his song, it's a what kind of boss. You know, Steve, I think Steve is a very, very good guy who always predict him. Sometimes, you know, I respectfully disagree with him. Sometimes the way he put things out. But I think Steve always call him a deacon Joe Ball. Joe Ball. You know, the country is interesting. Until finally now, the news have been surfaced into the entertainment center. You know, hearing, you know, your boy in the building. You know, but again, people good evening, man. So the Senate has a pardon Samuel Nangbe, the man who, once upon a time, Senator Edwin Melvin Snow said that he was. In fact, he's drank too much and he has to apologize for his statement towards Mr. Samuel Nangbe of the Renewable Energy, right? So the House of Senate have pardoned him for his statement towards them. You know, yeah, sometimes the high is supposed to be here. So you got to pardon people. We in the July 26th, in fact, we in our Independence Month. So we got to pardon people. So the House of Senate has pardoned Mr. Samuel Nangbe for his statements, for your outburst towards them, you know. So he said, yeah, so you will apologize in few newspaper or local dailies. Some of you who know these things, you have to apologize if you're wrong. That's another way to have people, you know, yeah, you know. So Mr. Nangbe of the Renewable Energy will apologize in few newspapers, you know, to the House of Senate. Then on today, the House of Representatives also today they have the resolution passed by adding additional 16 seats. Yeah, I like my country. So making it hopefully when that law passed or when that resolution passed by the House of Senate, that means we'll be having 89. I think that comes up from the Constitution article, is that article 80B? Or yeah, I think article 80B. I talk about that. Yes, the creation of additional seats, even though I think the Constitution said that it shouldn't pass 100. Yeah, if you go back. So I'm still wondering as to whether when we hit maybe 10, 15 million people, whether we will not pass 100, then that's it. But if the law pass, then most definitely we will be having 89 lawmakers already in the chamber. Many people are talking, oh, we can't even get them clear. They behave like some of you can always say allegedly though, before they can hold me in contempt. They behave like some of the kindergarten, you know, the millionaire, millionaire when they're in a class. Yeah, just go there and see how the children can disturb. So it's not about the number, sometimes it's just about the perfect decorum or the kind of way they will put themselves together, that what matter. So we have 73 already. And the 73, some of you are saying that nothing good that we are getting, nothing, no here, no tea. Let me make it in the simplest form for some of our people who are listening. We have 73 lawmakers from the House of Representatives already. They already become burdens, according to Liberians, because of their salaries, their fast salary, their benefit, and everything. And we'll be adding additional 16. So the 16 will be added, will be making it 81, 89. And let me tell some of you, most of our country will be having 3. So most of our country will be having 3 to make it 20. So those of you who in Masorado, start gearing up for your some, because that's the only job now that we have now in Liberia. So people have to contest. So start gearing up now for 2029. Hopefully, because I don't know whether we'll like it or not, I think this thing or in fact the resolution will pass and we'll be having 89 representatives come 2020, in fact, come 2030, because they will go to elections 2029, and come 2030 will be having. So the new government or the old government, if the government continue to maybe if they win the 2029 elections, then that means the government will now have serious burden on them. In the midst of all of these things, I don't know whether we should do little adjustment into our benefit, into the benefits, the salaries, and everything of the lawmakers, maybe quote unquote, or we should stop these things. Well, we'll be looking at all of these things today. And the U.S. Embassy, yeah, trying to get that entire thing, but I'm sharing the show. Please help us. The U.S. Embassy also on today have their late talk with the Ministry of Justice, especially the Justice Minister, and they were clear on what's happening, that they are monitoring all of the happening of the day, and they want Liberia to be a drug-free country, so they will not sit back and allow anything to happen to Liberia just like that. So the U.S. Embassy, they are watching the process, and we will read that thing that was posted also on the page of the U.S. Embassy. We'll also read that to our people, so you can know that the American people, they're following. And the American people, they say they want the entire thing to be investigated properly, let people know and let people give account. That in fact, they are cooperating with the government. I want the people, but they've always been cooperating. They will always cooperate with government, and until or unless if the government be Adam, you know, and they say the government is adamant, they don't want to listen to us. So until if the government is stubborn and not want to listen, there where problem can always come in. So if the government of Mantico will open up and say, yes, U.S. please come, like Mr. Cummings already called on the international community to come and investigate. If the government number this time have a short press release informing the U.S. to come in, turn everything over to them, like what happened in the previous government when it come to if that have to do with whether the 16 billion, yes, the 16 billion issue, and so many cases. Sometimes because we don't trust ourselves, we don't even trust the system. So at the end of the day, that gave these things out to people. Let me see. I think I see people enter the studio already. Okay, I think Brother Ali is already. Ali, I'm sharing the show, sorry. So maybe I may not see you like that. But again, my dear brother, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. What say you? Everything what going on?
Maybe good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to our audience and followers. Can you hear me?
I'm not getting you. I don't know what happened. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm getting you now.
Yeah, good afternoon from my end, and good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Glad to be here.
Well, Ali, I'm not getting you. I don't know whether the problem is coming from me because it's wet here in Liberia. The rain is really, really, yeah. The rain been falling, I think, between 4 o'clock this afternoon.
The church you are putting some of those buses west side the wall there, where they behind the TV.
Well, I think, Ali, you have to do a little adjustment, and let's see. People, if you're getting me, some of you who are watching and listening to us via the radio, also thanks to all of you. Those of you who are following us via the internet, thank you so much. So today we have a few things that we'll be looking at today. The Unity Party chairman calling for the president to dismiss, because that won't mean. Let me see. I saw one of the newspapers that carry some kind of headline, sack them. Yeah, sack them. I think I saw something like that. I think in the same form, when you talk about reshuffle, that means, yeah, some people just got to go. So some people will not perform it. Because if Mayborn, for example, Mayborn is not performing, and you want to take Mayborn from maybe from Ministry A to carry him to work on the ministry again, or maybe from some kind of opposition, director position to carry him where? That means that Mayborn just go home now and go with poor performance instead of Mayborn getting another appointed positions. So, like, again, sometimes government can do reshuffle. For example, if this minister is heavily performing, like we have the foreign affairs minister, right, performing, and at the end of the day, the foreign affairs minister maybe maybe you want that minister to go to maybe let's say agriculture. Yes, you can do that based on their performance. You can say, okay, come here and help us at the Ministry of Agriculture. Maybe maybe through your expertise or other thing, you can be a good help here to us. Sometimes for me, in my layman thinking, I don't know about reshuffle. But if people are not performing like you are saying, or Honorable Chairman, that means you are calling for their dismissal. So the dorsal names that you have already, that you have into your closet already, maybe you can call the names and so forth. Then the Deputy Minister for Information, Daniel Sano, also said no. There's no need for reshuffle because these officials or the government officials, they are performing, and they are performing efficiently than what he said. So if they are performing efficiently according to the Deputy Information Minister, then how come people are crying? How come Liberians are complaining? So today we'll be hearing from you Liberians. You matter. Maybe we'll give little time, maybe sooner, to hear from you if you were to even recommend who that person you think you want your government. Because our government now, what are you for positions, you in positions, you not positions. When the government doing census, and they will count you. When the government doing tax business, and they will take money from you. When the government, so that our government. That's why I see some of the government support us, be insulting here and then look at them and say, look at you people. The government do any development is for everybody. It's not for your one. So when you bear breach, in position, no position, against position, for position, all the positions, everybody walk pass on a breach. But let me bring Aliu. I don't know what happened for my brother. Yes, good evening.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you are much better. Thank you, at least, for that adjustment.
Well, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Yes, good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to our listening audience, our followers. How's everything? How's the country?
Yeah, my brother, we are doing great. Thank God for life. The only thing is the economy is still the same. Things are seriously challenged, and the drugs issue is still ongoing. Liberians, I think the other one, they don't want to leave it. We can say, layman term, they are very, very stubborn. The government was thinking that maybe there's going to be only 1 week or only to go for more than a month now to a few days. That's speak volume that Liberians, they don't want to leave things this way, especially when it comes to the issue of drugs. And the U.S., like I was saying not too long into some of my first statement, the U.S. have something to say, and they already posted that on their page. We'll go back there to read it. They said that they need a government cooperation to work along with the government so that they can be able to have these quote unquote the people who will likely be connected with the drugs, because according to the US, they don't want this country to be used as a place for drugs where people will take drugs from elsewhere and bring it here and import and export. So they can cooperate with the government and so forth in working and making sure that Liberia get justice, because that's what they said. They said Liberia get justice. Then again, while we were going through the days and so forth, there's news also from the Liberia investigator that few of our Lone Star players, the people say some of the Lone Star players has been denied visa entering into the US. Mind you, the Liberian government or through some Liberians in the US also call on the Liberian Lone Star to come, or in fact to go to the US to celebrate Independence Day. So based on that, the Liberian Lone Star and some of their officials supposed to travel, but then we're getting information that most of them have been denied visa. We don't know the reason why, even though our government celebrated once upon a time that we are, I think we don't have trouble with the US when it comes to the issue of visa and so forth, but with the kind of news coming out, there are mixed reactions in the public. Some Liberians are feeling disappointed, but again, that's in a higher look. Then again, on today at the House of Representatives, passed a resolution passing into that resolution that they are now creating additional 16 seats that will be added into the 73 seats, so we'll be making it 89 if that resolution also passed. by the upper house. So yes, from the lower house, that's what happened on there today, that they passed a resolution creating 16 additional seats, and these seats will be added to the previous one. So Liberians also, they have the mixed reactions, feeling disappointed, some are feeling happy, and so forth. Then at the house of, in fact, at the upper house, rather, the House of Senate also pardoned Mr. Samuel Nambe, mind you, Mr. Samuel Nambe of the Renewable Energy have, in fact, the House summoned the House of Senate summoned for some of his comments that he made against that body. So the body summoned, sometime last week, I think we witnessed something where Senator Eddie Mervyn Snow also allegedly accused the man, or in fact accused the Renewable Energy boss of drunkenness, of drinking and so forth, drinking too much, in which of course he have to apologize. So on today, the House of Senate recommended that, in fact, they pardon him, and they recommended that he should be able to write apologies letters or post into the 5 local deities, and even on maybe on his Facebook page from Monday to Friday. So these are things that we gather so far, my dear brother. And yes, we are okay. Liberia is going good. We are moving very strong. We can't wait for the Independence Day celebration, which of course will be sometime next week by the grace of God. So far so good, Aliu. These are some of the happening back home in the nation capital. Any other thing moving along, we will inform our people. Yes, economically, in fact, things are not still the same. Liberians are still wondering as to when will the life change, when will things change, when will things happen in their life. They who are still moving the same way, they are having been rescued, even though the rescue government, they are still working behind the clock or along the clock to change their lives. So far so good, my brother. These are some of the happening back home.
Oh, thank you, Mabel. Thank you for the update. Yes, I saw some of those things. Well, thank you for the update, more especially. Um, this issue, for me, I'm starting with the Lone Star team coming to America. You know, we have been hearing this thing that, oh, Lone Star is coming to America to celebrate the Independence Day, or they will be playing with Minnesota All Star. When I've been hearing this thing, I'm like, those people, they are joking. Under the watch of Donald Trump, you want a whole country national team to just come here to come and play friendly match and go back, wherein Donald Trump he's trying to implement his campaign promises that he made to the American people, for which he overwhelmingly voted for him to come to power, getting rid of illegal immigrants. Every day they are getting rid of people in this country, and then for him to sit and see a national team coming here. Maybe let me switch to my laptop, because when I'm using my phone too much call, I'm off.
All right, no problem, Ali. Thank you. So yes, so like Ali was saying, myself, I have my little take on that. You know, there are a lot of you out there. Sometimes you see things differently when people want to say the real truth. You get angry. This country of ours has said these things times with our numbers that some of the people who are in fact pretending that they are supporting some of the government here and there, just bring ship, bring plane, tell them say get in a ship, get in a plane and go out. Or in fact, just open and say, who all want to go to America, who all want to go to France, who all want to go to or maybe Canada. You will see all of your people, the entire country will be empty. They will go. But they are the same group of people that are telling you that Liberia is better. We're just angry. We just hate people. You people are just hateful. You just hate the government. But they could run away. So if Donald Trump, come on, if Donald Trump can deny referee, if Donald Trump can deny, in fact, the U.S., right? I don't want to link it to only Donald Trump because this thing may happen in time we have number. If the U.S. can deny even the football team that play in the World Cup, they call it World Cup, deny some players, then a funny match. You know, why again? I go ahead. I will continue more on that, but go ahead, brother, before
Yeah,
make you lose.
can you hear me loud and clear now?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I'm getting you.
yeah. Like I was saying, when I was hearing this thing that the Lone Star coming to America for friendly match, and like you were saying, Mabel, I started seeing how people were denying other things to come here just for walk up, and looking at Donald Trump. These are some of his campaign promises he made that he going to make sure to get rid of illegal immigrants in this country. And you and I know it is not only Liberians alone. Every country in this world, they will come here for graduation, they come here for wedding anniversary, they come here for different programs, and they hide themselves, they don't want to go back. You see, and to see whole national team come here where they made he's sweating to get rid of illegal immigrants, then the west part of it, or country that had turned to a narco state or exporting cocaine, and this kind of problem on there, they have not even said resolved it yet. So I'm not. I was just looking at it. I said, let me wait and see. Every day I listen to say Russell or waiting Winfred Russell. Oh yes, or people should buy their ticket. People should buy their ticket. Or the Lone Star is coming. The Lone Star is coming. I just been waiting for this day. Let me really see if the American government going to issue those people visa, because we know President Trump. You see, this was not going to happen. I knew it very well. Then moreover, the kind of thing that hacking on Liberia now, babe. The kind of thing that hacking on Liberia now, wherein they put their head in exporting cocaine. Well, it is why it is. We feel bad for our brothers who were already gearing up to come. Some of them, their friends were here waiting to come, and so they can tie off this and that and what have you. But it is why it is. America to come is not easy. So I knew this day was going to come.
Yeah, thank you, brother Alice. Let me just add up to you quickly. Maybe before Mr. Dishu come on, there are a little feedback on behind, so I had to mute him. But again, Aliu, you just stated, my brother, you are quite correct. Let me bring here. Even when Lone Star, in fact, when things were looking something away, say things was say better, some people say run away. Like you just stated, my brother, you're right. Religious people run away. Look, we'll say it in a simplest form. You can get angry with us, it's up to you. Religious people, pastors, imams, all these people, when they go to the kind of places, they run away. And the people who will tell you that the government is trying, the people doing well, just the country is moving, but you can keep complaining, but you're running away. You want to run away from your part of country that you already messed up, because your country is looking the way it's looking. So you're running away to another, almost like your horse. Your horse is dirty. You're not able to clean your horse. Every time you want to be visiting other people, that's sometimes you go to people and say, yeah, I let it beat my finger is fine. It clean it, this and that. No, it's not much they play. The hard work to clean their hands. But yeah, I was here today. We paying people, giving them free money. People abuse us. Everything in this country, I think we play politics. At the end of the day, we make the politician rich. Only in the name, but because you get sad. Things that have no benefit in your life. But you take the political party business, you pull it into your heart. Like, really? Like, really? So at the end of the day, don't come here and can't be joking with America. So if Minnesota Association people want to play, let them calm down. Simple as ABC. In fact, I'm recommending to the Minnesota Association people or those people, this Liberia Independent Day. Why can't we also celebrate? Why can't we go to Sktv and play the game there? And in fact,
that's the best thing. The Minnesota All-Star area want to show some love to Liberia. You people had the opportunity, you had the privilege, because who will go Liberia, they want run away, they want her. So I think the best thing is for you guys to go Liberia, at least spend the Independent Day there and come by. It is something that if you already love Liberia, a thing you want to associate with there, it's already late. You can start planning that one for next year, taking up to your job, a thing, putting in your excuse, a thing. You want to celebrate your Independent Day or whatsoever. It can happen. I know I always think I with first name, but Russell, I know he can do that. He can tell the Minnesota All-Star from here to Liberia. He can do that. And some of those guys will be American. They're not traveling. When you tell them that one, those people they're traveling. They just want you just tell them that about their safety. That's all. Just tell them, oh, you will be safe. Everything the U.S. embassy is there. When I go, I will take you to the embassy. Everything. And those people they let to travel, but who to carry them? That would be a good thing. Well, they're not talking about Elijah come here. You people were bluffing.
And let me be frank before Mr. Dishu come on. You know, we got to stop embarrassing the young folks. Maybe first time going for a visa, for example, then they deny you or they deny maybe. This thing have your own trauma, you know, it have your own embarrassment. This thing have your own embarrassment. Just a complete embarrassment for the young players. You don't even care whether Sierra Leone or Guinea or even Ghana, Red or even Nigeria. In little second, straight America. When you understand that America nowadays, even the war situation around the world, in Iran and here and there, America already is struggling already with their immigration issues. And you want to be careful of people. You don't even care when one person, where you care almost 20 some more people in the name of the green place football. Who want to allow you? So all these things we are saying, my people, they go back, they come back to us as people, as country. Let's develop our own. We don't need to go to places to go and enjoy. Let's enjoy in our country. Let's spend the money in our country and develop Liberia. Anyway, Mr. Dishu, good evening and welcome. Mr. Dishu? Mr. Dishu?
Yeah?
Okay, all right, go ahead. Good evening. How you doing, sir? How everything?
Thank God. I hear that the weather is very bad in Liberia, but yeah, we're okay on this side. Well, we're suffering from heat temperature right now. The older people, they're carrying them to the hospital because the temperature went up to about 36, 38, and they never had these kind of things before. So, yeah, so these are the things I'm experiencing coming from Africa and seeing that the sun, the heat, can send a white man in the hospital. So it's something.
You say what you tell it says?
What tell you? Very hard.
Okay. Right now,
the sun started right 5 o'clock in the morning. It looks like 2 o'clock in the afternoon already. 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's a CT. Right now, outside the humidity is 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the ambulance, they are all over. They are just all over. Just as soon as they get small thing, they run it there to pick people up. People dropping all around. Now we get 98 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2 hours from now, we crossing 100 plus. And you people get to 36. Thank God for you.
Yeah, but go ahead, Mr. Dishu. What say you on the first talking point about the Lone Star?
I listened to you and you brought out a whole lot of topics for the conversation for this evening. But the Lone Star thing, I think it was a good move by Wilfred because he was making a political move. He wanted the Liberian people to get together because of a campaign. So to be able to discuss in a closely manner, to be able to vote for him, get other people. So he brought about this vision about bringing in the national team to Minnesota, that will encourage other Liberians within Minnesota. They didn't get much to know him, all of that will go to push his popularity for the position that you want to represent the people there in Minnesota. It's so sad that the Americans could not grant our players, all of them rather, some of them were granted permission to go and some were denied. But we all know the happenings in America, like what Ali said, what you yourself said. These are troubling times, and to let a contingent of people come into your country, and you have not gotten guarantee that they will go back, so So these are some of the things that probably they were denied. So I hope that next time so that we get the experience of what happened during our time when the Dubai USA came to Liberia. I borrowed all of them. We had a tournament. It was one of the biggest tournaments ever held in Liberia because the Dubai USA was the Liberian players that were living in America, good players, put together and formed a team and brought the team to come into this tournament with IE Barrow and I think it was in Joseph or something like that. But it were four good teams. And we had a tournament at SKD Sports Stadium. And every evening, I can tell you, it was jam packed. So I think that next time to make the cover up for them, they could come to Liberia and stage this tournament, and I know that they'll be able to make a mark out of it. Thank you.
Mr. Dishi, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you saying something that some people were denied and some people were given visa, or everybody was just denied.
No, some were given and some were denied.
But then if that is the case, then I think that had to do with some background check that was done.
Exactly.
Because
So
if some people were given visa and some people were denied, then that had to do with background check. Because maybe my brother, those people you don't play with that background check. Even here, maybe the moment you apply for a job, you put in your social security number, they are going to do your background check from the day you enter the country, all the places you work, what made you to leave from there, what you have done in this country. The background check, that's the first thing for them before they start looking at your qualification. You can be qualified, but when your background check is not clear, my brother, you can't get that job. So if some people were denied and some people were issued visa, I think that had to do with some background check that was done, or some people had some record that were not satisfactory to the U.S. Embassy and they denied them. Okay, because why other people were given visa and you were denied? That's how I think, Mr. Dishu. Mm-hmm.
I think
yes. So to that, I think that's just the fact. The information that came out says some were given visa and some were denied, but we don't know whether among those people, whether it was only the officials that were given visa or maybe they missed both the officials and players. Also, maybe they were denied or they were given visa. So we don't know, but I think they say almost 80%. So if
he did
yeah,
too much. He tried his possible best. Yeah. He did too much.
Yeah. So if 80% of the people were denied, then Mr. Tishu, then I don't think that maybe it just. I think maybe the number is just so huge. Maybe that's why. For me, that's how I would think. Maybe the number is huge, and they don't. That you saying they don't trust maybe the host, or maybe they don't trust the process of them coming back, or maybe something like that. So they don't want to add another additional stress on what maybe the US is already going through. Because for me, that's how I see it. So again, that you are already recommending, Aliu, that's the best way. Then the organizer or Mr. Dishu, that you said, let the organizer be able to organize another event back home if you want to do it that way, or if you want to, that you just say, or Mr. Tishu, that it's all about him showcasing himself, maybe, or selling himself out there, maybe allegedly that you are saying, well, then I don't think maybe the Lone Star should be used, because if you want to showcase or maybe you want to do your political stuff or so forth, I don't think using the Lone Star would be better, because the Lone Star not going for a major tournament. And the US out there, they have their serious issues, and they have to deal with the issue of even drugs back home. It's a serious challenge right now. So to just send for Liberians in that numbers, I think is concerning. But any other thing
why were the security that were giving, or the surety that were giving the American government, or that you will bring all of those people here and you
okay, good. That's another thing.
These are some of the things you have to look at. Even though we know Russell, his character is 100% clean in that Minnesota. Even though I never been there, but I've been following him, and again he contesting to run again. And I hope and pray by this time around he should be successful, at least to get in the horse there. Those of you in Minnesota, no matter what our political differences are, because we heard that it was because he role he played against the CDC. There are a lot that people went and they talked to that people, oh, don't vote for him. He said this against George Weah. He said this against the CDC. Those things we had to put it aside. But you try your possible best in Minnesota. Let Wilfred be elected to go in our house too, because he's not even elected. We see the kind of role he played in that Minnesota, and that guy he's doing extremely well for Liberia.
I know him well. He's
So
very
we
good
have to
though.
put aside
Yeah.
that what differences. You try to push it this time around. At least you try your possible best. Let's put politics aside. Let's do what we can do. At least that alone, it will be another good thing for our country. Like one of our brother in Ohio, he's a representative there too, one Liberian. So that continue to do this thing. But Wilfred, he try his possible best. But let me say this.
Yes. So quickly. Yeah. So quick.
For the Minnesota All Star to go down next year and celebrate, because the time is already late. You can't do no planning now.
Oh no, the time really. The team is next week. Hopefully the 26th will be next week between Sunday all the way to Monday. So yes, so no much time. But again, that you said, but we try, but for me, I think this time it's fair. It's not easy, especially in the kind of time right now. To just send for people, especially in that numbers, it's not easy. So again, that's it. Ali will move.
Probably I'm not finished yet. How about those people that have bought the tickets? So I don't know how they're going to blend it, and I hope that they don't make a scene out of this there in America, because some people have bought a ticket to watch the Lone Star play. And if the Lone Star is not going, how they're going to patch it up with other players there in America that will make up like a make-up Lone Star, I will call it a make-up Lone Star, that the boys are from here with the handpick of those in America to make the Lone Star to play in Minnesota. So I don't know how they're going to handle it. If those who have bought the tickets understand the condition, that things went bad and that they accept it from that angle, then I think it'll be beautiful for Wilfred. But
Wilfred,
if things didn't go right, some of them will start to gossip, oh, the man had a wrong move, they didn't know how to get themselves together, and that's why I don't start not here today, and it will cause some bad feedbacks. So I hope that understand the condition and be in empathy with Wilfred, because the people that he expected to come to represent the Lone Star as Lone Star will not, all of them will not be coming, and we don't know how many of them that will be there to constitute the Lone Star national team.
the problem with the ticket, according to him, or people were buying ticket electronically. So according to him, if the money give Lone Star don't come, or people money will be refunded to them. Yes, if they are refundable, because according to him, they were buying the ticket electronically. So the moment Lone Star they get a visa or they say they are not coming, and they will just tell you in the next of 1 week or 4-5 business day, your money will go back to your account. Yes, according to him.
Great, thank you. So that's good. So people, we got a transition now. We're moving. That's our first talking point. Ali, the U.S. embassy today, the Church Affairs, met with the Minister of Justice, Councilor in Oswald Twe, to discuss ongoing cooperation between the United States and other Liberia, or in fact to strengthen what they call the rule of law. So we're just going to look at that quickly and bring that with also who are those officials that you guys think that maybe they're not doing well, that you think that you want the government also to look at, or maybe that you want to recommend. If not, after that, then our last talking point will be the 16 additional seats that have been added. Maybe that will be after the news break now. Then we'll look into that one. But the U.S. embassy today, or through the Church Affairs, Joe Sandrini met Minister of Justice, Councilor in Oswald Twe, to discuss ongoing cooperation between the United States and Liberia to strengthen the rule of law and combat transnational crime. The Church Affairs reaffirmed the United States' commitment to support Liberia's justice sector as it works to hold criminal networks accountable and protect Liberian communities from illicit trafficking and financial crimes. The U.S. government through the Department of State's Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, has provided support to the Ministry of Justice focused on combating trafficking in persons, drug demand reductions, and improving counter narcotics and law enforcement effectiveness. We value our strong partnership with the Ministry of Justice and look forward to continued collaboration to advance justice, security, and the rule of law to ensure America remains safe and secure. So yes, Aliu, let's start with you first. What say you with this little piece coming from the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia? What say you with that? In fact, the visit from the Justice Affairs, visiting the Minister of Justice, talking about illicit trafficking, drugs, financial crimes, especially all of these things that have to do with insecurity. Where are we heading to?
Maybe, thank you. The problem is Shashi effect. First of all, this government is a government that they don't believe in the rule of law. From the president down to the sweeper in the executive mansion, they don't respect and they don't believe the rule of law. And this is why today you see the president have made so many trips around the world and one single investment or company haven't gone back to the country. Because the rule of law, this is something that brings pride and dignity to your country, to any country in the world. So any country where there is no respect for rule of law, people know that place to be a non-go zone, or you can't go there. That place is not safe for you because the rule of law that will attract investors. So to see a sitting president, Joseph Numa Baka, who does not respect the rule of law, why guarantee investors to come to the country? You see, and the justice system, these are things you have to look at, because if there is respect for rule of law, then you will know that they have a strong justice system. But when no respect for rule of law, then the justice system, everything will be broken and no investor will come there. And this government, when we talk about transparency and accountability, like Mabel, I want to know, since June 8, they drugs business, we've been talking about the drugs business, we've been talking about the drugs business, we've been talking about independent investigator to come in to participate in the investigation. Have you ever heard the government saying, oh yeah, we have reached out to these other people, we have reached out to these other people? If Mr. Kumi was not to have a press conference yesterday to say he's going to reach out there, he will take the lead to reach out there to the international panel to make sure they bring people to investigate. It is just yesterday we got to know that this government has reached out to the American government since June 15. They reached out to the Dutch government, they reached out to the EU to help them in this investigation. Why you people been keeping it from the Liberian people? Why this government is so secret, say everything they want to be hiding it? Since June 15. And up to present, these people are not reached back to them to say, oh yes, we receive your communication and we are going to work along with you. You see, this government, they are not transparent in anything. And rule of law, these are things that the government campaign on Mayborn and the Liberian people, that the previous administration never had respect for rule of law. Cabinet General was removed. He went to Supreme Court, he went to ECOWAS, George Weah didn't respect rule of law. They were going to bring sanity when it comes to respecting rule of law. Where is it today? Now we talk. Okay, I left there for that till Mr. Dishu can come in.
Yes, indeed, because we have few questions again that we still follow-up question. But Mr. Dishu, what say you on the U.S. statement, especially working along with the Liberian government to call for justice? You're always fighting for justice for Liberians. What say you?
You know, I like the pressure that the public and the news media have put on this government to get this thing right. It's the pressure that is on the government, that the government had a plan before. They knew exactly what they have planned on giving us as a people and as a country, to tell us what they believe is happening. Now, the problem that is have been created is that the international community was only asked to facilitate in certain areas, but the real investigation is done by them. And from what we understand is that Liberians have not put forth to the international community yet a full report of what is happening. They, the international community, know what is happening, but they have to wait for the report from our government. And there's a lot of delay that is going on because the big hands that the government trying to protect, the pressure that is on them, they're trying to make it being very selective in how they're going to do this thing. Peter Paul King has put himself under the bus already, and the people in international community still not satisfied because they know other things and other big hands are there. So the pressure is there. So at this period, when you find out things are not being, the information not being given to us as a people, is because they're trying to select who they're going to put under the bus to save the other people from being embarrassed and to save the government because we're still trying to sense out that the drugs that came in the country could not be owned by Paul King and the other associates. And the government failed to give us a source and the root of this particular drug. That's why everybody is being held up at this moment. So until the international community can understand the root and who owns this drug, I mean, the answer that Liberian people giving them, I mean, the answer the government giving them now that we got people in prison, we out there, we're asking you to question other people who out there, all of that. All of these things here is being planned. That's a plan. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Great. It's hard. If you go back into some of the questions or maybe some of the statements that Ali was making not too long about the government won't take as to how long, because it's been nearly in fact months and some days since June 8th up to now. We passed July 8th. We've gone almost 14 days now into July. Today marked 14 days into July, and still the government of Liberia haven't yet come up with, because Leon Musa Hassan Bedete, representative of District Number 7, Nimba County, also said that there should be a regular update. Every day, Liberians should know exactly what's going on. But Ali, if you look at the government, if you look at also the government officials, they are supporters and so forth, they are making the entire thing like they should not be, maybe, in fact, the blame shouldn't be shifted on the government, but the blame should just be like that. Liberians should maybe wondering and be thinking exactly as to who are those people that are behind the entire drugs issue. And the US, they're always on top of their game. When the $100 million worth of drugs were coming into Liberia, they allowed that to Liberian government, told them that something is on the way coming, and it will be passing this way, it will be going this way, and these are people that are bringing it. And immediately, when that drugs enter Liberia, the government were able to seize that drugs. Now let's go back. Well, maybe our government inform Aliu, and maybe the person don't care. Maybe sometimes, oh man, the US, leave up, will do our own thing, because for the US to be talking about, they have their Department of State of Bureau for International Narcotics and Law Enforcement has provided support. So what's going on, Aliu? Are we still into a long season of the movie?
Maybe the government, Joseph Boakai, they are not serious to fight drugs. Everything Joseph Boakai doing, he pretending. Joseph Boakai know everybody in his government that doing drugs. He know everyone of them. He get their picture. He know them very, very well. Like you said, during the Weah administration, when the $100 cocaine were coming, even though it was not intended for Liberia, according to the news, they were only, those guys were already in the port. The moment the vessel get there, they were just taking that container to put it on the next vessel that was leaving, and they arrested them right there. So the government were working along with the US government and they were able to seize the vessel. They continued right to the port, and they had those guys arrested the very day because they were already there carrying on their communication. And then why the essence of we putting more money into NSA when they can nag anything down in the country unless or American government had to be the one to be giving them or intel and thing. Like you listen to Randy CA or classified document that they have in their possession that was sent to Joseph Numa Bwaka in January of 2026. The list of everybody that doing drugs in the country in his government and their pictures, because as a president you know everybody. They say, oh, let Aliyu Masale guy, let his picture here. They send that document to Joseph Numa Bwaka. He received it in January of 2026. He didn't take no action. January, February, March, April, May 22nd, Cocaine left the country. June 8th, another one was leaving. If it was not the just bus, but now that one already gone, then July shipment is on your way down, or July shipment too gone. What kind of president are you? Your joint security put together and gave you classified information. Say you came to fight drugs. These are the cartel. These are their name. These are their picture. It is up to you now, you, Mr. President. You appointed some of them. They are working your government. What action? And since January, they didn't take action till they kind of thing happen in the country. So maybe what really made you think that Bwaka is serious to fight drugs in the country? If it were you, maybe as a president that came to fight drugs, your national security put together your whole team. They say all our fight family will be our checking your team. These are the people that are involved into this, bringing of drugs into the country. You don't know everybody, but these are their picture. They gave it to you as a president since January. And today you will be sitting, oh, they just we will fight to the least, or nobody will go free, this and that. And you know the people. You see, so this is what I always say when Bwaka tell you, say, or today is Sunday, look on your calendar to make sure today is Sunday. I don't take his words for serious. This old man, he's not serious to fight drugs. And these are some of the things today, who knows? That be our brother and some of them, they say, oh, the people say we're not getting a visa, they kind of think that are hanky on the country. You see, we have to be serious. The issue about drugs, we are not, don't, nobody should play politics with it. Even though yesterday they took it to be something that they could run campaign with, but when drugs come to the country, it's not just going to hunt sedition, United Party, Partizan, ANC, LPP. No. In every household you think about in Liberia, there is no family that they are not affected from the issue of drugs. You see? So this government, they really need to stay strong. And this issue, the drugs business, you shouldn't just be holding on to porking alone. This is why delaying the whole thing. The government know what they are doing. Like today, Michael Brown were right in the country. They allowed them to leave the country after 2-3 days before they call their name. All of those guys were in the country. If you look at even the porking men, you know porking were in Liberia after the job brought before he came to America. I don't know if you saw the video when he was in the bank. If you listen to all this audio, you see. So the government, they should start playing fun with the Liberian people. If they think, when you thought, they say, oh, George, we had $100 million worth for drugs into the country. What happened? If $100 million worth for drugs into the country, George Weah and those guys went free, because anything CDC do, you want to do it. If you want, they want to die down, that's a blatant lie. This one will not die down. We will dig deeper. It can be representative, it be senator, it be director, it be minister. Joseph Bwaka will be forced to push our people out. I stop there for now, Mr.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tishu. The same thing to you. With all of the happening, we still struggling, thinking about how to get justice for our people, because everything is people are also confused about what's going on, because they want to know exactly as to who are those people behind drugs, who are drugs dealing, who deal drugs, who do all of the kind of activities, or who in fact who are bringing in the kind of terrible things into the country and destroying our young people. The U.S. is now involved, and Mr. Kumis yesterday called on the international community, and the next day we see the U.S. coming in. I don't know whether it's the pressure from the ANC or what, but what are we expecting maybe a few days from now, a few hours from now?
Well, maybe what I think is happening is that pressure has grown on the government and the government don't have answer at this moment to give to the public and the international community because it's still trying to be selective. They have a case that I think the Americans and international community were aware that the people that escaped were in the country prior to the arrest, the arrest of the drug, and they were doing the investigative time that they were not seen in the country. So there is something that tells the international community that the government is doing something that whatever conclusion they give to them in the end, things will still not be folded. I mean, the full report still will not be there. Will still be a lot of questions being asked for every report they're going to give them because they are not gathered out all of what they want to give out. They're still trying to back those who they believe are government officials in high-ranking positions, and they're still trying to secure the root and the owner of their particular goods. Remember, this group, the cartel, is a mafia group. They already finished losing 19 million because one is caused by our government. They finished losing that money. And those who have to give account of this, they're still thinking on what to do with themselves and how to save their lives. So it's a lot of things that is happening that people have to find protection within the as the investigation goes on. Those who believe that they will be part or be accused, they're trying to seek some kind of protection at the moment because you're not going to go free from the mafia. I don't think so. That's my understanding about it.
All right, man. So that's it. I think you got to take charge. Later on, I will join you people.
Yeah, maybe for the fact that we all know Liberia, we don't have farm to produce cocaine. We don't have farm to produce any drugs in the country, neither marijuana whatsoever. And how did the drugs enter the country? You see, since the whole drug burst happened, we haven't heard for them to say, oh, through the help of the NSA or their background work they've been doing, they been carry on their underground work investigation. And we have another people, we have some suspects. Nothing like that. And then during the George Weah administration, they see him putting more money into NSA and no result. Baka administration, the money he even put into NSA is more than what we were putting there. I don't know the NSA had turned to the government susu card that they can just put and they take. This government, they are not transparent, Mr. Dishu. If you people knew you reach out to the American government, the Dutch government, and other people to help in this investigation, why you people couldn't tell the Liberian people? Mr. Kumi was the one that pushed them out yesterday before they came out to say, oh yes, Mr. Kumi, you already behind time. We are already contacted the American government, the Dutch government, the European Union for them to help us with this investigation. You wrote them since June 15 up to now. They have not yet given you any reply. Why? Because they see how reckless and irresponsible you are handling the case, and they know that you are shielding people. And this is why when Joseph Baka took my name to his cabinet meeting, he was just wasting your time because what I told him was just the fact. You see, because for somebody to say, oh yes, the drugs were in this person's house and Paul King were in America, and for him to just leave from America and go to Liberia, see the kind of treatment they gave him. Can you give that treatment to anybody in the country? No. When Paul King went to the country, they sent security to take him from the airport straight to a house. He slept the next morning. They took him, he went, he gave statement, they took him back to a whole lie down under air condition. And who can be treated like that in just cases in Liberia? Even the rape cases that go on in the country. You see, So Leporkin web wrote the American embassy that our husband is calling names, and the government, they stay detaining him, he alone going to court every day, coming back. That tells you that this government, they are not really serious, they are not transparent to the Liberian people. Who are those names? According to his wife, our husband is calling, and the government cannot call those names to the public to say yes, the suspect or Mr. Paul Jamaki, or he called this other person name, he called this other person name. But for Gregory Coleman to say some of the charges he put on Paul King was on unlessing exportation of uncontrolled substances or drugs. Where in the world you have to have license to import or export drugs, Mr. Dishu? According to Gregory Coleman, these are some of the charges he put on Paul King, that he's unlicensed to export drugs. If people were getting licenses to be exporting drugs and importing drugs around, I think they were going to be going after people for drugs. Everybody was going to get less because it is legal. You
I
see,
can tell that
the eye. Who did he facilitate? Who are those people, Mr. Dishu? Who are those people?
those people are the people who are really, really taken by the government, and the government is trying to put a sheet on these people. And it is so sad that they think that they are hiding a lot of things, but a lot of things being exposed to the international community. The international community know a lot, have a lot of information. So the government is making themselves shame, and they're embarrassing themselves because this thing has gone to 4 weeks. And so far, the information given to the public and what we see happening right now is only one person. All the other people have absconded the country. And how they're going to come to a conclusive hearing or conclusive opinion on this particular case to give to the international community will be very much inconclusive, because what we're seeing is that all the people are absconded. So what kind of investigation is going on? That's what I'm saying to you and the public, is that the time being delayed is that they're trying to find out who to sacrifice. They're trying to make some kind of selective move, and the next person will be somebody big. But we don't know whether it will come from the government side or whether it will come from an individual side that we will consider big hand. You know, they're still trying to decide who they're going to sacrifice. And this is a very serious problem. And I think that the government has built a case against itself.
But Mr. Dishu, with this information now, from this year, he got all those classified documents, and you know these are documents that nobody can see. These are classified documents from the national security straight to the president, and the president was written. They gave him those documents. They say these are the people. This is the drugs cartel. John, Mary, Esther, Brown, Peter. They are the people that are bringing drugs into the country. So these are their names, and you don't know everybody, and these are their pictures. And this document was given to the president January 2026. And
That's why I'm saying.
action since January to May, Cocaine left the country. June, another one was leaving. If they were not to grab it by now, July, another one had already left the country. Do you think the president is serious to fight drugs? If those kind of classified documents were given to him and he didn't act upon them, did this kind of thing happen to the country? Do you really think this man is serious to fight drugs?
But what did I just say? I said that the government's embarrassing itself. You got all the classified information in the DEA hand, in the CIA hand. The international community, they have all the information. I'm saying is that it is embarrassing to the government right now that they cannot come and tell all what actually is happening. They're trying to be selective. I'll go back again because, like you said, Paul gave information. That's why he had confidence to jump on the plane to come to Liberia. because he knew that all the people who absconded lastly were in the country already, and he could face them. But he got discouraged when he got there, and all of the people that he had called their names that were already in the country, when he got to Liberia, to find out that these people were not called upon, and when the pressure came from the public, the information was given to those who were partakers of this particular thing, gave them a chance to abscond the country. He left the country. And he left only Paul in it because Paul came in with a lot of confidence. Because all of those people that were involved, all of them were coming to face investigation, and he was going to clear his side. So all of what he had given, the intel and the names that he had given, showed the government, and the government is still trying to protect the people. They only gave us the names of those who are absconded, but those who still in the country, they have not brought the names out yet. So the investigation here is very being selective. Now, what is happening is that I want to know, Alio, why the Liberian government at this particular time and stage, why they cannot ask for independent investigation and bring in the international community to do the particular job for us. They cannot do that because then they will be letting their colleagues and their friends that are part of this thing, they'll be letting them on, or they will be put on the hook. Because if the international community takes over this investigation, a lot of the big people's hands that are inside will be revealed. So the only asking the international community is to give us assistance, do this for us, do that for us. But they will never give them the opportunity to take charge of the investigation. Because you heard from Donald Sano. He said, Liberia is a sovereign country, how can we let foreign people come in to do our case for us? Yeah, we're allowing them to come in because we don't have the materials and the sophistication to do this kind of investigation. That's why we're asking people to come in. If the people have all of these skills and you don't have any, what power will you be playing in it? But to just be a mere observer, which you don't want to be. You know, that's why they use the word a sovereign state. They say we're in a sovereign state and we have to take care of our own thing. Yeah, we'll all agree upon that. But the fact with me is that we have no expertise into this. We don't have the machinery. We don't have nothing to come up with a conclusive investigative report to give to the international community. So the part that the international community playing is just a gossip part, you know, so they cannot handle our thing because we have not given them the authority yet. Well, all of these things happening. I don't think that is, I don't know why the government cannot act that we have the kind of machines with active international community now at this particular time to help us to bring in scanners and give our time that we can train to get some dogs to help the people at the airport. But the senior Liberian government would not allow it because their business was poor. And we happen to bring in dogs right now at the airport. And they have been passing that thing for years. Time immemorial, they have been doing this thing here. And the dogs coming to stop them in the way of embarrassing them by catching one or two of those bags are coming in, you know, and the sniff of dogs. The government don't want that. And that is what we should be asking for. We should be asking for scanners, we should be asking for the dogs, and we should be asking that 1 or 2 hour people go out there for training. Or we ask the international community to send in 4 or 5 investigators and detectives to come into our country to train our people here. But all of these things here is easier once we go to the diplomatic channel with active people. The international community is willing to do the thing. But the government see it's so hard. Why? Because They are part of the cartel. And they don't want to embarrass themselves, Adio, because this is what is happening.
But Mr. Dishu, you talking about scandal. The LDEA boss, they just tell you that they don't even say have no scandal that can even detect, you see, or cocaine or any illegal substances. Send they took over. So this government is very serious to fight drugs because since 2024, you took office up to today's day, we don't have the real LDEA boss that is over the country. People are just acting. People are just acting. The moment this other man said the three branches of government, they are all involved in the drugs issue because that is a lucrative business. Immediately, Bakai fire him. Why did Bakai fire him? Even the quitter guy that was arrested at the airport, the guy who knocked her down, immediately they changed the assignment. So this government, they keep doing some fishy thing. If you have somebody at a strategic area like the airport, knock somebody down that brought drugs into the country, and when you change the assignment, so that tells you that they know what they are doing, and that guy don't want to be in line with them. You see, if you see this other man say the three branches of government, they are all involved into the drugs issue, and you see the president fire him, that tells you that the president, Joseph Boakai, he only talk. Don't fall for his words. Anything he say, these are just contradiction, these are deceptions. When Joseph Boakai tell you one, you have to look around and make sure that that is one. Don't trust him, don't believe in him. This man had no plan of fighting drugs in our country. He came, he was taking drug tests all around here, it was just on charade. You see, these are all rhetorics. Or government that really came to fight drugs, somebody at the airport that knocking down people that bringing in drugs, then you take him from there. No, you were keeping there. Somebody is telling you that the three branches of government, there are people there, they are involved. You will hold on to that man to work along with him, so those people can be exposed. You see, but you went ahead and fired him. What have this government really done to show to people that yes, in America, yeah, and where you are, Mr. Dishu, they don't go after the consumer, the people, they are after the cartel. When you see people gathering somewhere, they taking drugs all of the time, you will use some of those guys then in that area so you can grab their bossman and send it to them. When you grab the bossman, you will be able to show you his own bossman that is supplying him. When you go after the consumer, this old man, he's not serious. These are rhetorics. You see, if they will give you communication or document, they tell you, Mr. President, these are the people that are involved with the drugs business in the country, and they are in your government. These are their names. These are their picture. And you take no action on them till this kind of thing happen today. This government is not serious when it comes to fighting drugs. You see, and the U.S. government, they already know what is happening. And Mr. Bushill, if the people, the agreement they signed with Paul Jamel King before he went to Liberia, he will get all those documents. If the thing they were using as a sacrificial lamb, the only thing she thinking about now our husband safety, because if she explode, who know what they may do to him over there? And this is why she wrote the American embassy for them to come into this issue. Her husband should be treated fairly. You see, he's not the only person. He calling names and the government holding onto this name and they holding he alone. Why? This is not good. Welcome, Mayborn.
Yes, thank you, Brother Aliu, and let me say thanks to all of our followers, our listeners. Thank you, Mr. Dishu, for holding on at least for a little time. Yeah, so we still continue with the discussion. Really admire, in fact, I enjoy it. We are the same. Some of our followers or viewers are also commenting. That's good. Good thing to do. Always comment. Tell us exactly how you feel about some of the topics, some of the discussions, and so forth. Give your own view on some of the happening. But like you said quickly, Aliu, about the drugs issue and our president, our government, the way they are handling the entire drug issue. Speak for long, Liberians are mostly concerned as to how they're going to fairly judge the entire thing if some of the government officials now they are wearing a leave it with them shirt, or in fact they have some of the shirts printed already, I leave it with them. Some of them now they are. So it's like certain people somewhere sitting, they don't want the image. It's just about the image of the government, but they're not looking at the image of the country.
No,
Pe-
no.
People are only fighting for political party image. Oh yeah, the image of the party, the image of the government, the image of the. So if people in the government are doing bad things to the government or to the people of the country, we should swallow everything just because of the image of the government. So then what happened to the people? What happened to the country? I thought we should be thinking about the image of the country.
No.
But we are thinking about the image of people, few hundred people, just because of politics. So people are still on the defensive. People think that maybe they don't want some of the information to come out, or maybe they don't want people that they love so dearly more than the country that names to be mentioned. Because when these names have been mentioned, quote unquote, maybe some of the people that political career or everything is for. Who really care about people's political career or Ali? For people, for generation to be alive. For generation to be alive. For country to survive peacefully. Then for generation to be killed, or for country to be under stress because of people's political career. Which one is far better? A political career, or for generation to be seen to be moving fruitfully, or to be maybe that way beautiful and moving strong? Which one? So at the end of the day, Aliu, I think our government did not say do well when it comes to the entire investigation, because from the beginning they said this case, it was highly what kind of names that they use, or so many adjectives that they were using. That this case
it was highly classified.
Sensitive. It was this. It was that. They put all of the adjectives today, and at the end of the day, only for one poor king to come, turn himself over. You bring him a wheelbarrow man, because I don't want to say taxi driver, this and that, all the names. Today, where are we today? Everything bound down to people of interest, the other people of interest. Where are those people of interest? So only poor king. So the US and Mr. Cummings, for me, thanks to Mr. Cummings for coming in. Also, I want the pressure to continue. Let them continue on the pressure. Let the government work along with the US, or in fact with a US counterpart, with other international partners, in making sure that we know exactly how the drugs enter Liberia, who are those people behind the drugs, and when, in fact, who pass all these drugs and so forth. Let them know. That also, I leave for me, I think I'll leave it that way on the drugs issue. Maybe another thing, then we'll go to the 16 additional seats that have been, or in fact, the resolution today that have been passed by the House of Representatives, that indeed 16 additional seats should be added to the already 73 seats. That will be making it 89 seats in total, comes 2029. So yes, this is one of our talking points. If nothing else again to be said with the drugs issue.
Yes, or maybe that's the drugs issue. Like me, I would say the drugs issue. This government is, if they think those things that can happen, people discuss it 1 week and you go down. This is not going to happen. Like you said, Mayborn, this is the country image internationally. Now, when you're coming from Liberia, you get to any airport, see how you will be embarrassed. When you say you're from Liberia, they put you one side. All your luggages and things. You you're going to miss your flight. It's not good. Cocaine, the one that America self-fighting to get rid of, a small country like Liberia. Why is the government hiding this thing? How the government managed to know people that were bringing drugs in the country during we are administration? How drugs were entering the country? The government knew all of these things. But today they are in power. They can't tell Liberian people how the cocaine entered the country. We're not manufacturing cocaine. We get cocaine fine. The government, they are not transparent. And like you said, people are not looking at the image of the country internationally, but they are there. Their political party is what they are looking at. People put political party above their personal interest and even above the country. This is the government you voted for that came to get rid of drugs. And today, they said the previous administration were bringing drugs. Those people are no longer in power. How is the drugs coming? So somebody who is legally guided and minded Well, we said George Weah were bringing drugs. George Weah is not here. Where is the drugs coming from? Ask your government. But instead, you there sinking them. You forgetting to look at the image of the country internationally. So, like I will always say, Baka is not really serious to fight drugs. If Baka is serious, send the drugs business started by now. We have seen most of his government officials, minister, director behind bars, and he know then he get the list. Thank you, Mr. Dishu. Anything so we can transition.
Yes, Mr. Dishunity on the drug Wahala, then we move on.
Well, you're saying all, and the most important thing, the second point that Ron made is that if people prefer protecting the images for future election or future character within the setting, that they prefer to throw out Liberia, I don't understand it. Instead of protecting Liberia, they're protecting themselves and their party and the characters that representing them. This is sad. This is so sad. I don't think that we're going to have a good image with the international community if we don't resolve this problem in a way that the international community will accept it, knowing that they have gone in all angles and have gotten all the people involved and present that particular report to the international community. Apart from that, their report that they will give us, if we what we're going to hear from them. The one that they will give to the international community, they will hold it. The one the international community has done on their own, they will have there and to make comparison. When it's time to give funds, when it's time to do this, when it's time to do that, we're going to suffer the future of this thing, the backlashes of these things. We have to put it right at this moment, else our country is going to go in a deeper, deeper problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dishu. And like I said, that's how we look. Everything that we criticized yesterday, today, everything have been, in fact, is doubling now. They seem everybody now defending. People are now defending the political party, defending their own candidate or their own or minister, their own director, whosoever person they think they have interest with or in, they will defend that person to their, in fact, even if cost their death, they will do it. That is kind of like at the stage that we are reached now in Liberia, that people will insult other people for no reason on things that don't even concern them, things that will even better their livelihood. If you are advocating, for example, for better salaries, people will insult you. And at the end of the day, they will get the same salaries or the same benefit or everything, but they will insult you just because why you should talk about salaries increasement or why you should talk about things that going fine. So that the country will find, say, Mr. Dishu, that in fact will continue to be this way because the politicians, they make it look like they are the ones that will be giving us bread, they are the ones that will be giving us rice, they are the ones that will be giving us everything that we have. In fact, they can't even give us these things until time for elections. There are a lot of SOF.
Maybe listen to this. No man on earth is truly free. All are slaves of money or necessity. Public opinion or fear of prosecution forces each one of us against our own conscience.
I'm aware, yeah.
You see,
yes.
There's a very deep thought here. No man on earth is truly free. All of us are slaves of money. Either you working, you're working, or they will pay you, but you still a slave in the sense that there's something that your boss man you're entitled to, that your boss man will hold on to. It will be something that you're entitled to, that the system that you work in will not be able to give it to you. So we are all on this thing here, only on public opinion or fear of prosecution forces each one of us to go against.
And I'm really expecting to admit, Mr. Dishu, I was really expecting that Liberia will be, even when Liberia change 100%, I was expecting that the system will be far better, maybe before the government come to an end because of the way they used to, talk about things, the way they used to portray themselves to be like they are the one, that understand everything, For me, I was thinking that way. But to see the government, in fact, even the surrogates or their supporters, still defending them even at their own detriment, then it tells you that sometimes no reason, sometimes I see the reason why sometimes people are jumping from place to place, why people, because nobody want to see themselves. You keep fighting. You see people, they are still doing the same thing over and over and again, nothing changed. Look at, like, for example, if you listen to people like Yeke Koluba, the kind of opposition life that he did experience yesterday, he was thinking that maybe that was the same opposition life that he's going to experience in this regime. But because the other opposition said no for us, maybe we don't want to fight, we don't want to be insulted, we don't want to be doing anything, we will take our politics in a very easier way. Now, if you listen to Yeke Koluba and you're talking about politics, it's interest. Which interest are you talking about? Are you talking about the country interest, or you're talking about your own personal interest? Every time when you listen to people say America, you say America always going for their interest. American interest. Only Liberians always going for their own interest. Somebody will get data, then you submit in the name of you are combative or you some kind of a person. So, Mr. Dishu, right. We on a very slippery road, and we don't know how soon we're going to, because all of the people today who even quote unquote they are highly educated, they this and that. And at the end of the day, Mr. Dishu, you see them defending, you see them on the internet abusing some of you. Even some of you who can send them data, send them little money for family upkeep. They will go and buy internet. We're watching these things. We're seeing these things. And they are some of them. Do you imagine you have contractors who building roads? A road contractor sign agreement with government about 50 million or 60 million or 40 million road contract. Then they pay your own Liberian anyhow they want to pay them. Then when the Ministry of Justice, or in fact, Labor go there, he play full out of the people. By the time he leave from there, the people life still the same. I was thinking that, okay, so if you sign that road contract, how much are you going to pay the contractors here? So that, for example, if each contractor, maybe the least contractor, they're making $10 per day, Mr. Dishu, tell me for God's sake, you don't think that maybe certain portion of that money will leave here?
Yes, definitely. But the negotiators that go and negotiate on behalf of the government, they are the few, along with those who in higher authority. Those are the very few people that go and steal on the kind of contracts, on the concession agreements, and all of that. This is a big blow because only very few, you know, if you got 4 senators, probably you got 1 representative, you got 3 executives that go and negotiate on behalf of people to get a concession, you know, like B mountain or a settlement and things like that. Those people will go in, all the benefits that they're supposed to draw out to benefit the Liberian people in that particular area that they're going to extract the gold from or the diamond from. And the wealth that's going to be coming out of there is not balancing the life that the people are going to live after the people have left. So our negotiators go in to benefit themselves at a particular time, know very well they might not be elected again, or know very well the appointed job that they have, somebody else might take it, you know. So they go for the one-time cut. So when that opportunity is given to them, they never go to make negotiation on behalf of the people and the future of the country. They go there to do that flashing, get their money, and we suffer. Our children are paying the debt for them, those damn rules.
Because quickly, Ali, before we even talk about it, 16 additional seats, everything bound down to the same 16 additional seats. Because for me, Mr. Dishu, I don't understand what kind of work our people really do. Let me frank. That's why they always reach out for dismissing, sacking people here and there. For me, it's just that people are also recommending for Mandigo to go. Well, that's their choice or that's their right. But for me, I agree. There are a lot of things happening within our system. Liberia problem right now, my people, is that now I keep saying. Look, we have road for Grand Bassa County. How much are we paying right now? People paying 1,200 to go where we can, or in fact, Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa that used to be around 500, from 500 to 700, from 700 to 800, from 800 it climbed to 1,000. Now is 1,200. Maybe tomorrow we'll be looking at the prices. All of this in the transportation and the commodities and everything tomorrow. The price right now is 1,200 right here, Grand Bassa. Right here, Grand Bassa. How the livelihood of our people. So the system is the problem. When will you work on the system to give Liberia back to Liberians? Instead of you making your own people to be spectators. You make them spectators. So at the end of the day, the money that Mr. Digi just said, the money keeps circulating right among you people, the politicians. Only you should be looking at celebrity. You go somewhere, you get 5% back arrest. You get them this. No! Liberians now should graduate them from back arrest stuff. That's why they are insulting people on the internet. Because they get free food. They get free back arrest. You will give them free back arrest for them to eat. They are not working. If they were working, if people are basic, who will be on our internet every day talking, responding to things here and then? No. Maybe they're only content creators and maybe another media. Maybe so far those who operate on some of the media platforms. So far. But who are they going to be every time?
Yes.
Maybon.
There's something that the people see.
People don't want to do their work. People don't want to do their work. People don't want to do their work. See how the system is dirty. The country is dirty. And these are facts. The country is dirty. See videos, photos coming from Central Street, coming from all around. And you can see even walk down the Late Dupo Road end and see how the junior jets are all being clutched with sort of debts, but we still paying people.
I'm
just so disappointed in our whole entire leadership style.
Why made the country dirty like that? Yesterday they said Jefferson Koji never knew the job. What's going on? Lamar, we are too dirty, stinking. You see? Well, maybe Mr. Dishi, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm about to take on my clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
They got some
They
got some language is called political language. That language is only designed to make life sound like a truthful. And murder, respectable. When you murder people or you people respect you, or when you steal big time, people respect you. So I don't understand what category to put Liberia in. Like I said from the beginning, we're just talking to help the people in our country through the conversation. But that country is not owned by Liberians. It's not controlled by Liberians.
No.
Very few people in the government, and the other ones are foreigners. And the people in the government are being controlled by the foreigners. Because the foreigners, they won't have the concession. And you come on an agreement table. Instead of negotiating for your people, or you negotiating for the same foreigner that you on the table when you come to sign some kind of document that will give him favoritism in whatever you're going to do, and will leave your people lagging behind because you want to satisfy the foreigner, and also you're going to get your own money or whatever they're going to give you at that particular time, and the deal is closed. After we come to rectify it, the same rectification time, you'll go back in the corner and say, okay, let us set this other one up. I think it will be in the interest because the pressure on us, if people talk and all of that, and the ratification never come to fruition, that the people will still get something out of it. So the people that lie, so lie, they design themselves into, the whole language is that line, and make it sound like it's truthful, for us to understand, oh, the government saying something that is truthful. I don't think that we're in this space.
Yes. Quickly before we even go to the alignment issue, this is frustrating. That look, Liberians, I don't know and I don't care, and I don't even want to know who we vote for, who we not vote for, who we support or who we not support. You know, we take the issue of politics, we take politics too personal. That one thing I see until to the extent that in fact we don't do anything anymore. We don't discuss any kind of good thing anymore besides politics. Even at Phoebe Hospital, quite recently, people protested. Some people were, in fact, I think they've been jailed, all right. I think, I don't know, some people were also arrested. For what reason? Just because people standing up for their right. Well, I don't get some of the argument from some of you that, oh, you know, the government is trying, you know, the government is doing this, oh, that means that you say, what kind of government will be trying, but they are eating more than their own people? Now they're coming out additional 16 seats that you'll be calling them honorable every day. Go back to some of the lower counties where the millionaires, the lawmakers that you see up there today, they are millionaires. Go to Sano County, go to Grand Crew, go right to Bomi County. See the livelihood of our people. We'll keep praising these people. So sometimes, that's why sometimes some of our colleagues, some of our partners will say we are the problem. And they're right. Because the way we portray ourselves to the extent that if I won't kill ourselves for the politicians. Like, really? Somebody posts on the internet, you're angry. Why did you post against ills? Do you know how many calls some of us will receive every day? No, you don't care about that. Do you know how many Liberians that are going to bed hungry every day? No, that one is not concern you, because maybe you have 24-hour electricity. So you have, maybe you have 52 or maybe 60-inch television. So you have DSTV. So everything is okay with you. But what happened to your neighbor near you? What happened to the other person around you? No, but you don't care about that. See the kind of people we are? So Mr. Tishu, at the end of the day, poverty is dangerous. Poverty is bad. Like one of our commenters said here, or one of our viewers, when people are poor, even they can be educated. They stay poor. Let me tell some of you today, who claim to be educated, you are still poor because the poverty have eaten you until you don't even have integrity. You don't have nothing. So at the end of the day, the poverty stay in you, even to the extent that someone wouldn't even have much. By the time they want to give you something to bribe you, you will open your hand just because of poverty, because you are poor. So you are poor, the education in you is also poor. When we don't go to the line and hear from our people, thank God, thanks to other people, those of you who've been fighting for the issue of drugs. And also we talk about the Lone Star of Liberia, yes, and we also talk about the 16 seats, additional 16 seats. I don't know, but maybe on tomorrow, maybe we'll look at them, or maybe in our beginning of our conversation on tomorrow. And also, my people, Liberia State is saying, let us stop lying and making things to look like we are going anywhere soon. No. Building roads, doing this, doing that will not finish. People can destroy things. People can destroy bridges, for example, and build new bridge. People can destroy horse or break down horse and build new horse. So development will not end, but the thing that will end is people's lives. When people don't live good, they will die. When they don't eat, they will die. So make them to be alive, not for them to. Some people getting sick. Sickness that can even kill people. See our health center today. Every day we go on the internet, so many things happening. People are frustrated with the system. 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening for you to be part of the Sktv show and have to say here, right here on Truth FM 96.1. They had a solve like you again. 0770203125. That's the number right here on Truth FM Sktv. We have. And we're going to be here with you up to 8 o'clock. Let me see quickly and have our first caller here. Hello? Hello? All right, 0770203125. That's the number. Let me do this adjustment. Mr. Tishu, hold on a little bit. Let me do this adjustment quickly. All right, I've seen little call. Let me try. Hello? Yeah, my brother, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, to be frank, the city is absolutely dirty. The city is dirty to the extent that the government is not doing anything to clean the city. And they were criticizing the past government. If you can't somebody say you're not doing good, it means you should do good.
Exactly.
But the government came into power and they are not doing good. They are even doing the worst of things. You even cannot say one of the drainages here blocked. And the water is just flowing all into the communities. So I think the government needs to do more and stop criticizing and stop countering the opposition. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You make a very good point. Stop running up and down with criticism. Hello to this caller. Yeah, my brother, good evening.
Thank you very much. The common function when you show that the shit for every day for tell a member justice. Therefore, we said it count our number. Nobody will start to explain it. By the power that we're breaking COVID-19, they don't want to jump. There's a water on our business. Police director, that we all admire the place. When you start out in that thing, or drill, there's a few football. Who wants to do vaccination job business? Okay, they go for the two. But if you go for job now, so let us put the key in. But they will do that because of one reason. And that reason is compromise. Most of them are compromised, including the president himself. Because we just don't beat it and then realize that they don't get anything all over nothing. Anything information is just privileged to the president. So the next getting his information. So what we get is the NSC, and then they report it to the phone. They report it to the fax. They report it in last they were of course to the state. Why they not acting on their report? Why are they getting report means they report photo in one location and you're not acting on it? It means that the president is compromised. So therefore, they are calling for impartial investigation that will come and settle this job review. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all of you. My name is Sebastian, and this is your phone for taking the factory. So I'm not concerned about the justice. For what I'm listening to, for what I heard last year from school, that this person was informed, last year September, was wicked, that there were other officials who see a problem was withdrawing. They did not take time, they go to be a narco state. And the problem relaxed, you know, giving the staff by the near director who took the phone for the phone. And so he said, oh, it's the government said, oh, there are people for the executive, the legislature, don't ever want to ask. Has been brought into this issue. After the government was going to keep that man and he needs to vote it. But he's there, the government keep up. You know, but I also for the people that went so, all right, so you know, but it's so good. Don't then say, let me come with you. They're not drugs. They're not cooking. Result will come up. The young people like that who will choke your family. I'm asking you.
All right, thank you so much. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening to your panelists.
Okay.
This is Mama and I call from East Island. Yes, I will do a live on one of your projects. I will also ask you to please help me your platform and case statement on behalf of myself. Yes, I will call it. Talk about the drug issue. And this drug issue is very, very serious. When we go in a while, and I have a little girl with me, she told me, and then because I'll be from my school or the other school, I'll go for my friends before they are staying or writing the test. He was the president for our school, then he was writing the test. We took up the test and when he took short, the president said that we were forced to took the people from him and he took him up. Because why? He was interested. So this is a serious issue. The issue killing our children. We will not fret. There will be no leader tomorrow for that future. Because these are all
the future leader. So if you are not damaging the future, then what kind of leader you want?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to follow up your time. This is what I'm usually declare. When we talk about people going to bear with people going to bear for street. I want to go. You see the Mavu is looking and my level said that I should do 1 year with President. If I'm not doing 1 year resident, now when you see Mavu. I didn't do the SOS or occasion that I don't get help yet. When I will get help, I'm not getting it. You know, one person is $50 and I'm citizen $200 to renovate my room.
Oh.
The room is leaking, and the neighbor became, I should pay 1 year's money. This is just that when I pay the 1 year's money, you know, because I get a notice here, which is tomorrow. So I'm going to also do what you will do tomorrow when you people in it. I'm asking the public, everyone coming in front of my breast so that we can come to my place.
All right, thank you, our sister. Friend, let me just amplify it. Those of you who are watching and listening, also, this lady, she visually impaired person, and it's not easy everywhere. Liberia, the situation, even with our even physical, we are also challenged. Then what happened to our brothers and sisters who are not physical?
You got a mobile number to send?
Yes, yes, I have a number, Mr. Dishu.
Okay, we'll discuss after the show.
Yes, okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dishu. So those of you also, these are things. Don't wait for elections. Most of the time, Mr. Dishu, when people come up with their elsewhere things, sometimes for me, I can be blunt to that and say, along we stay far from election, whether the politician will not come to you until 2028. By 2028, any enter the 2029, you will see your heaven sent. Hello, today's first, in fact, today's call, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
My name is Jeremiah Siawe, and I joined this platform conversation number 6. Mabon, you and your panelists have said it all. The fact of the matter that listing was given to President Wakai, names and photo was given to President Wakai that claimed that he understands everything and people voted for him on ground that he got experience. When he comes to power, he will make the difference. And he's going to campaign on fighting drugs to the fullest to make sure that the young people be liberated. And he came to power and he's not doing anything towards that listing that was given to him. No wonder why you get called over accusing of knowing something about these drugs. And people were insulting you that day. So now when somebody is saying something, it's good to sit down, analyze it, and critique it well. He's the head of the country. He's the number one man. All right? So why will people who involved into this 19.2 million worth of drugs that we heard their name from the very genesis of this episode, that they were persons of interest and they were suspect. At the same time, the same security that investigating, they were wanting down with those people, and those people fled this country. Then we still saying that we said this about investigation, and sometimes of full court is saying you have to get a government chance. The government investigating, you got to take your own time. Take time to go where are we heading with investigation? What is the outcome since the end of May?
No, June.
Where we are today.
Since June 8th.
So, President Bwaka is not doing anything to what it is saying. He came back. People are saying when he come back, he will speak and he will cut down how.
The message leave it with you. So I leave it with them. I leave it with you.
Nothing is happening.
Thank you, my dear brother. So we gotta go. But I want to ask Mr. Dishu about some of the things that some of you saying, even though we heard some of you saying. But Mr. Dishu, this has been one of the serious issue about our leadership, that our presidents, even including the previous presidents, whenever the institutions gave report, especially that have to do with the forward march of the country, sometimes all the reports and so forth, the president will set over these things. And they are the same president who thinking, I will run, I will win election, I will do the one. But you setting on things that the people are crying about, that they want you to change their life, that somebody somewhere is damaging things. They gave a report. He said over it. Mr. Tishu, this is not unique to the government. I've been telling people behind the scene, I said, there are a series of reports that have been going on the desk of the president, and you have been reacting to. But what say you, Mr. Tishu? One day, this is troubling though.
Yeah, very, very troubling, because there are two ways to this particular thing that you just said, Mabon. One, if the report goes to the president's office, the president don't receive it directly. He is there that normally take care of the information, and the one that they believe is in their interest or in the interest of their friend, they will present it to the president. Or the ones that have caused some kind of friction or auditing of reports and stuff like that, most of those reports, they don't go to the president table. They stop right there to the door because there's a lot that is happening. If a report goes to the office of the president and the information reached to that individual that, oh my man, the people got a report on you, they have sent it out to the mansion. Right away, that individual, he got contact to the mansion directly. He called the contact there and he talked to them, said, my man, I hear there's some kind of report there on me. Or you want to report the people lying. You know, we're trying to get the truth out of this thing here. They finish sending a report. You know, all of these kind of small things, they interfere with the future of the country. We're not going to go anywhere with all of these problems. We accumulate these problems because of ourselves, because of our own selfish aim and stuff like that. So the report, I guess, in the hand of the president to make decisions. I believe in not all of them. I believe some of them are being stopped at the door. Some of them are being reached to the president and are being compromised. So
Yes, and I may agree with you, Mr. Tishu. I think you're making a very good point here this evening. Like I've said once upon a time on this same platform that sometimes we shouldn't blame Antigua and Adi. Everybody, oh, man, boy, you join United Party. People start bashing. I mean, they, oh, man, boy, and said no. Sometimes this thing happen, and you just nail it, Mr. Tishu. So now, some of you now go into that. Now, there where the issue of party. Because Mr. Tishu, if the party lack leadership, this thing will also happen. Because if the party, for example, who the president in power or who through that party, that person came to power, if they were vibrant, they were really working, I think some of the information will leak out to them and they will be able to find and even they say no. Because what you are saying, Mr. Tishu, you're right. There are always people down there who are always holding information and they will call back for all kinds of ways to do people. They will do it, like Mr. Tishu just said. So if the information had a party made before going to liability, for example, yeah, man, my man, I will call that person back if I have the kind of terrible behavior. I will call the person and say, my man, your information, yo, the person get it. You see, and at the end of the day, guess what? Instead of these leaders working out for the betterment of the country, they start to develop hatred for one another. You see it?
Yeah.
You see it, Mr. Tishu?
Mm-hmm.
You see it? So, oh, okay, so that means this person on the other side, they don't like me. I see. So that means the other person on the other side, they don't like me. See how we're looking? Now they begin to play us with their hatred. Because along there, no love among them already, there'll be no good results. So, Mr. Tishu, nothing quickly before we go. Because you just said everything, and I really take that statement into serious consideration. But go ahead quickly before we go.
No, I don't have anything much to say. We have said it all, and I wanted to. I felt for the visually impaired person that called.
Yeah, please, man.
When I was coming up on Newport Street, there I always used to have feelings for the group of 77. In Liberia, I was friendly with all of them. I knew during our time when I get on Newport Street, everybody calling my name from that group of 77 because I always had a special heart for them. And this particular job have been given to the vice president to take care of 77. And all the vice presidents have been coming in recent time and before. I've not seen them done anything much to make those people to have some kind of life. You know, don't during their time at least Fagon brought in the walking stick for them, you know, the sound walking stick, the one that they could use, the visually impaired one that could use to navigate in the city until they had those sticks that they were using. I remember that Fagon tried to get up, I think 150 pieces. But apart from that, I've not seen any interest any government trying to uplift those people's lives. Amen. Amen, bon. The people some of them can't see. How you expect that man to survive?
I'm telling you, Mr. Tishu, the thing is not quite frustrating. Let me be frank, Mr. Tishu. Sometimes I watch some of the brand, or if I some of the guys that can do the giveaway stuff, Mr. Tishu, sometimes crap. This is kind of love that we want from our people. How many bag of rice your one can eat? How many food your one can eat? How many bed your one can sleep on? That you don't want to be a help to people. That you want to ride all the best of guys. Like you will die tomorrow and leave here. But again tomorrow, Mr. You will look at some of these things tomorrow, maybe from the beginning of the show, and see as well how far we'll go. But I will send a number to you. I hope and pray that other people will follow suit. Some of you who are also watching, please help us at least to be a help to one of our sisters in that easy politicians. They keep playing our people. Thank you so much. Good night, Mr. Tishu. We'll see you again on tomorrow.
Good night. Good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents of them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, the more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.